Bethpage Black turned into absolute chaos, and Scottie Scheffler, the world's #1 golfer, stood right in the middle of the carnage. Europe claimed victory, but that was only half the story. The real shocker came after the trophy was raised when golf's top player grabbed the mic and dropped a confession that left everyone stunned. What did Scheffler admit? And why did it shake the entire golf world? Because this wasn't just about one bad week. This was about something deeper that exposed cracks in American golf nobody wanted to acknowledge. From the very first swing, Bethpage Black felt less like a golf event and more like a college football tailgate spiraling out of control. Friday and Saturday were loud, but as Europe started pulling away, that hype turned downright toxic. Videos exploded across Instagram, showing fans jeering Rory McIlroy mid-swing, booing European caddies, and chanting like it was an SEC rivalry instead of the Ryder Cup. By Saturday afternoon, things hit a boiling point golf had never seen before. Sky Sports cameras caught one nasty chant that went viral instantly, making the whole scene feel hostile instead of passionate. The atmosphere clearly got inside players' heads. Europe looked distracted. The US stars looked shaken. And that fine line between home field advantage and straight-up disrespect had been completely obliterated. This wasn't golf anymore. This was something ugly. When Team Europe lifted the trophy Sunday night, the celebration should have been pure joy. Instead, it felt drenched in bad energy. American fans booed during the trophy ceremony, turning what was supposed to be a proud moment into a PR nightmare for the PGA. And at the heart of it all stood Scottie Scheffler, suddenly the most unwilling star in golf's biggest circus. He was meant to be Team USA's anchor, the one to deliver dominance. But instead, Scheffler opened the Ryder Cup with 3 straight losses, a nightmare start for the world's #1. By sure. Saturday night, the story had completely flipped. The best golfer on the planet couldn't catch a break. Analysts zoomed in on his missed putts, awkward pairings, and total lack of spark. When Europe sealed the win, Scheffler didn't hide. He faced the cameras head-on, and his words weren't dramatic, but they hit like a sledgehammer. He called it one of the lowest moments of my career. In both his post-match interview and a heartfelt Instagram post, he admitted he'd let down his teammates, his supporters, and himself in the most public way possible. That level of honesty, rare in golf's composed world, exploded across social media. No, Scheffler wasn't quitting. No, he didn't point fingers at the fans or the noise. What he gave instead was raw, unfiltered honesty. He vowed to learn and come back stronger. But the tone said everything. This was a man shaken to his core. For a sport built on composure and control, seeing the #1 player in the world so publicly vulnerable left fans speechless. Was it just a bad week? Or was this the start of something unraveling? But Saturday's chaos reached levels that transcended golf entirely. One shocking clip took things from bad tournament vibes to global news. As Rory McIlroy walked off during the 4-ball session, a beer cup flew from the crowd, splashing near his wife, Erica Stoll. The clip spread online in seconds. McIlroy stopped mid-step, turned around, and checked if she was okay. That moment shattered golf's polished image completely. This wasn't rowdy fun. It was straight-up disrespect caught in 4K. Social media exploded with outrage. McIlroy himself didn't hold back, calling out the toxic atmosphere and urging event security to take real action. If you're hooked on this chaos, smash that like button and unsubscribe because Bethpage's meltdown gets even worse. Team Europe's captain Luke Donald went on record saying the crowd had completely crossed the line. Commentators like Tom Watson even issued public apologies, calling the behavior shameful and a dark moment for golf. By Sunday, that beer-throwing incident had become the symbol of Bethpage chaos, splashed across headlines everywhere, sparking discussions about whether alcohol should even be allowed at tournaments. But the drama didn't stop there. Saturday afternoon brought one of the wildest scenes ever witnessed at a golf course. Players and caddies were jawing at each other like it was a pre-fight face-off. Bryson DeChambeau found himself toe-to-toe with Justin Rose and Tommy Fleetwood, their caddies right beside them in a tense standoff caught perfectly on camera. It all kicked off on the 15th hole when the noise and tension hit boiling point. DeChambeau, clearly fired up, exchanged heated words with Rose while Fleetwood's caddy stepped in close enough to make it look like a full-on confrontation. Fans surrounded the scene with phones out, and within minutes the clips were everywhere online. Even Scheffler's group wasn't spared, with reports of heated words flying near his pairing too. By Sunday morning, the confrontation wasn't just news, it was a meme storm. In a tournament already drowning in chaos, that player-caddy standoff became proof that Bethpage wasn't just out of control in the stands, but inside the ropes, too. When Team Europe finally hoisted the trophy, the chaos didn't end. Media outlets fired off hot takes faster than highlight reels could play. Headlines screamed about drunk fans, security lapses, and embarrassment on U.S. soil. The Guardian blasted the behavior while Golf 365 ran a brutal recap. American sports shows debated whether crowd microphones should have been muted. Social media poured gasoline on the fire. Video threads broke down the beer toss frame by frame. Memes roasted U.S. fans. Even Ryder Cup legends like Tom Watson doubled down on their apologies, saying they were ashamed of what unfolded in their own backyard. Behind the scenes, tournament officials scrambled, promising reviews and new safety measures. But the damage was already done. Instead of celebrating clutch putts, the sports world was arguing about fan behavior and whether the Ryder Cup was morphing into a soccer-style powder keg. In the days that followed, the fallout hit like a tidal wave. Golf insiders, former pros, and sponsors started weighing in on what many were calling the Bethpage breakdown. Reports surfaced that the PGA was quietly reviewing alcohol limits and crowd control tactics. The public response was split right down the middle. Some fans defended the rowdy energy, saying it showed how much Americans cared. Others blasted it as the lowest point in modern golf, a sign that the sport's elegance was slipping away forever. And right at the center stood Scottie Scheffler, still processing his worst week in years. Insiders revealed that Scheffler skipped the post-tournament team dinner, spending the evening with his close circle instead. His quiet absence only fueled more speculation that golf's showy golden boy might be cracking under pressure. Meanwhile, Europe's camp kept things cool. Luke Donald praised his players' composure. The European team flew home to cheers while U.S. players faced an avalanche of criticism. Headlines like Team USA loses its grip literally dominated the airwaves. Inside PGA headquarters, quiet panic was setting in. Meetings were held within 48 hours, with executives demanding a full review of fan behavior and alcohol sales. Sponsors started asking uncomfortable questions. Nobody wanted their brand tied to viral clips of beer flying through the air. It wasn't just about losing, it was about American fans losing control completely. Bethpage had turned into a lesson in how raw passion can drown out the very sport it's supposed to celebrate. That became the global headline, not Europe victorious, but golf embarrassed. For Scottie Scheffler, the answer came through humility. His reflection was quiet, honest, and painfully real. He called the week a failure, a lesson, and a scar he'd carry moving forward. But he also made a promise to learn, rebuild, and come back stronger. Both the PGA and DP World Tour now face the same impossible challenge. Keep the excitement alive, but draw the line before another tournament turns into viral chaos. Golf can chase the roar of the crowd or fight to restore its respect, but trying to balance both might just break the game entirely. Bethpage Black gave the world passion, just not the kind anyone wanted to see. Europe got the glory, America got the shame, but the question still hangs in the air. Who really lost the Ryder Cup? The players, the fans, or the sport itself?